Hello everyone. This is the 17th session of Cost Accounting BCom 5th semester Vijayanagara Shri Krishna Dev Raya University. In the last session we have learnt about what is FIFO method of pricing the material issues, what are the merits and demerits of FIFO method, and how to solve the problems in FIFO method. In this session we will solve one more problem under FIFO method of pricing the material issues. Here is the illustration. Draw a store's ledger account under FIFO method of material pricing from the following. 1/1/2015 stock of material 5000 units at rupees 5 per unit. 5/1/2015 issued to job number 333 4000 units. 10th January 2015 purchased 2000 units at rupees 6 per unit. 15th January 2015 received back into stores 100 units issued on 5th January 2015. On 20th January 2015 stock verification showed a surplus of 100 units. This is the problem and we will solve this problem under. First we will write down the format of the store's ledger account. So on the top we will write down the store's ledger account. If there is any company's name given, we should write down the company's name first and we should write down the store's ledger account and then the method of the store's ledger account followed. In this session we have followed the FIFO method. So on the left hand side we will write down the name of the article, code number, PIN card, and on the right hand side we will write down the reorder level, minimum stock level, maximum stock level, and reorder quantity. So store's ledger account contains 5 main columns. One is date, second one is receipts, third is issues, fourth is balance, fifth is remarks. So under the receipts column we have 4 other columns. So first one is GR number, quantity column, rate, and amount columns. So in the issues column, main column also we have 4 columns: MR number, quantity, rate, and amount. So in the balance column we have quantity, rate, and amount. So while writing down the transactions in any method of recording, that is FIFO, LIFO, or simple average or weighted average, we should record the transactions chronologically. If the transactions are not given in chronological order, we should notice and we should write down it in the chronological order. So first transaction is on 1/1/2015 stock of materials 5000 units at rupees 5 per unit. So that is the opening balance on 1/1/2015. First we will write down the opening balance in the balance column. So quantity, in the quantity column we will write down the 5000 units and rate is 5. So 5000 into 5, that is 25,000 rupees. Second transaction is on 5th January 2015. The transaction is issued to job number 333, that is 333 4000 units. So they have given the MR number, that is material requisition number, that is 333. We will write down that number in the MR column, and so the number of units issued is 4000 units. So while issuing the 4000 units we should see the balance. So the balance is 5000 units at the rate of 5. There is only one batch of goods available, so we will take from the balance of 5000 units at the rate of 5, that is 4000 units we will issue. So 4000 units at the rate of 5, 4000 into 5, 20,000 rupees. The balance will be 5000 minus 4000, so that is equal to 1000. The rate is 5, so 1000 into 5, that is equal to 5000 rupees. So the next transaction is 10th January 2015, purchased 2000 units at rupees 6 per unit. So these are the purchases we should write down in the receipts column. So quantity is 2000 units. There is no information about the GR number. So 2000 units is the quantity purchased, and at the rate of 6. So 2000 into 6, 12,000 rupees. So then we will write down the balance. So in the balance, while writing down the balance, first we should write down the old balance. The old balance is 1000 units at the rate of 5. So that is equal to 5000. Next we will write down the new purchase, that is 2000 units at the rate of 6. So that is equal to 12,000 rupees. So next transaction is on 15th January 2015, received back into stores 100 units issued on 5th January 2015. So 100 units which were issued on 5th January at the rate of 5 are received back from the production units. So these are the goods received back. So it should be written on the receipt side. So 100 units. So the rate should be rupees 5 only. So because it is given that which were issued on 5th January are received back. So the rate is available. So 100 units into 5 rupees, 500 rupees is the received amount, received value of the units. So we should write down the balance. So while writing down the balance, we should write down the oldest balance, that is 1000 units at the rate of 5, 5000, 2000 units at the rate of 6, 12,000, and 100 units which are received back from the production unit, 100 units at the rate of 5. So that is equal to 500. We should not mix up with the old balance of the batch of rupees 5. It should be written separately. So the next transaction is on 20th January 2015. Stock verification showed a surplus of 100 units. So there is a surplus of 100 units, and the rate should be under the current issue method. The current issue method is FIFO method. So under FIFO method, the first in first out method. So the rate is 5 rupees. So it should be written 5 rupees. So 100 into 5, 500 rupees. So next we will write down the balance. So we should write down the old balance first. 1000 units at the rate of 5, 5000. 2000 units at the rate of 6, 12,000. 100 units at the rate of 5, 500. 100 units, that is the last one. So that means that the surplus. So 100 into 5, that is equal to 500. So we should write down in the remarks column. So if there is any adjustments. So the transaction on 15th January 2015 has the adjustment, that is 100 units received back valued at rupee at the price issue, and on the 20th date also we have the adjustment, that is stock verification showed a surplus. So it should be written on the remarks column. Thank you.